Hi, what is up, worldwide family? Welcome back to the channel. How y'all doing today? Hope sales are going good. Hope things are going well. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to roll up because it's warm out here. But I am heading home from a side gig and a sourcing trip. Was able to hit, not a lot, but I was able to hit 3 stores. Didn't do too bad. Probably $150, $200 in unrealized profit on the sourcing, and then add the side gig on top of it, so that's decent. I knew I needed to do something. I've had 2 slow days, and you know, part of me says, well, you can weather the storm, and you know, the ebbs and flows will take care of itself. But I had 3 sales yesterday, and I had a few the day before, I think 4 or 5, but I had some returns hit too. So like yesterday, I was in the hole for the day. So it wasn't feeling all warm and fuzzy. The seller, reseller gig wasn't right with my soul. Let's just say that. And I found out also that I accidentally sent a $60, $70 item to the wrong person, and of course that person hasn't said anything. I thought about reaching out to her and being like, hey, if it's still in new condition, I'd pay to have it back, you know. But chances are it's been a week now. She hadn't said anything. She's probably not going to. But I guess it wouldn't hurt to send her a message anyway. I know where it went, and it was to another customer that ordered something else. But you know, along with this, she also got that. So either way, free curling iron, I guess. I talked to a couple videos back about getting negative feedback. I did send that person a message, and to catch y'all up if y'all didn't see, I had a customer in essence leave a product review on my eBay seller performance, which they're free to do, but in all honesty, when I personally think about seller performance, and this is what I explained to them, because there is an area for product reviews, so I would think that product reviews and seller performance are different. That's my take on it. But at any rate, I see you left a well, let me back up. When I first seen the negative review, I said it was basically, I didn't like the way the shirt fit. I'll never buy that brand again. I said, hey, you know, I offer free returns, free to you. I paid for them. I offer free returns, seller paid, whatever you want to call it. I hate to say free, so I put seller paid on there. But anyway, I said I offer seller paid returns, free to you, in little, you know, whatever those are called. You know, just send the item back, I'll give you a refund. And I didn't hear anything, and I waited several days. So last night, I sent them yesterday evening when I woke up, because basically my sleep schedule is just out the window. At any rate, when I woke up yesterday evening, I sent them a message and said that, hey, I see that you left a product review on my seller performance page, rather than in the product review area, trying to put the mindset of, hey, like, you put that in the wrong spot. I said, you know, first, my first concern, and this is after the first message, my first concern is that you are satisfied that I reach out to you personally and try to make the situation right. I sell that shirt on multiple platforms, and you know, for the most part, almost always, I have very good reviews, responses to it. You know, customers like it, and I'm sorry that your experience was less than satisfactory. However, since it is less than satisfactory, I would like to offer it for you to send it back, yada yada. That being said, as far as the product review, right? My seller performance is also very important to me. You know, a seller performance tells future customers that I ship the products that I say I'm going to ship, that they're in the condition that I say that they're in, and that I ship it in an expedient manner, and I ship it in a manner that is consistent with getting it there safely. So safely, fastly, and accurately, right? Like, I'm trying to set the expectation with them on what the seller performance area is. So, you know, should you want to leave a product review, I encourage you to do that. But if you would, consider possibly revising your statement that's on my seller performance. And I couldn't leave all of that on a revision request. It's much smaller, but it asks you during the revision the reason why, and it says you made the situation right. So this is me in the contact button, you know, trying to make the situation right. Anyways, I said, ultimately, it's totally up to you whether or not you decide to revise it. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll give you a couple days to think it over. I'll give you a couple days to start a return on the shirt, right? And then in a couple days from now, I will approach you and request that you revise your seller performance review. Who knows what'll happen? I figured that was the best, I don't know if politically is the right word, but you know, the best way to go about getting that changed over, because I haven't had a lot. You know, matter of fact, I had one a year and a half ago that got removed because the customer was belligerent and irate over how long the post office was taking to ship an item at Christmas, right? This was 2021. And he got all mean and hostile and abusive, and they erased it. After I had done everything I could and explained and kept him updated day to day where the package was, where, you know, everything, and still that happened. So eBay was good enough to remove that one. But typically, when it is just about the experience that they have, they're not as likely to revise it, especially here lately, from what I understand. I've heard of some people trying. They normally are able to get it pulled off, and they're not able to. So, at any rate, I haven't approached eBay about it. I figured the next course of action was to wait a couple days and then get that worked out with them, give them an opportunity to do something. So far, I haven't had a response back, but we'll see how that goes, right? Like I said, 3 sales last night. It was you know, and like I said, 2 halfway decent sized returns. One of them because I sent it to the wrong state, and another one because apparently the barcode and the picture did not match up, and it was a different variant of the same item, but it is what it is. I had that happen not too long ago with something else too. I was selling online on the picture that populated with the barcode, a pink and white, you know, item, and instead of pink and white, it came out white and pink. You know, the ratios were flipped, the color schemes were inverted, and they didn't like it. So that has happened a couple times. So I guess I need to be more aware of the pictures when I'm hitting those buttons, you know. But you get to moving fast, and you're bound to make some mistakes, and some of it's avoidable. with a quick enough adjustment. Other ones just are the price of doing business. So unfortunately, some speed bumps I don't, or hurdles I don't necessarily try to avoid. I just go faster. You can get caught up. I believe in slowing down the speed up, but there's a point where that scale tips, where you're just slowing down. So I'll do the best I can. Try to pay more attention to that, but in the end, I'm never ever going to be perfect, right? And for those that know, I think the term is progress, not perfection, right? So at any rate, I'm happy about the business for the most part. I know the sourcing that I did today was good. I know the side gig helped shore me up. Although I'm in full belief that as time goes on, everything will work itself out. We are in, summer slowdown or whatever, and I think I still would not have done the side gig if my listing wasn't good, but I did almost my quota for an all-day thing, which I've been struggling with on some of the items that I've been working on. It's been difficult to achieve that quota. Well, I almost got it accomplished in about 5 hours today, and went, you know what, it's time to make some realized money rather than this, I'm gonna list it and it's gonna sell, like I need money in the bank. Not that I'm hurting, but just to get my point across, bill collectors don't take, Christmas is going to be great and I'll just pay you this and pay you that. And I have enough to make it. That's not the point. I don't want to be broke come Christmas, right? I don't want Christmas to have to take care of everything. So I went out and made some money, and I'm super happy, blessed, and thankful to have the opportunity. So super cool on that. Wasn't a lot of money, but in the end, it reached the quota that I normally, my base bills quota. I was able to more than satisfy that. So that's not horrible, guys. That's really not horrible. Let me see. I have two things. One of them, I remember what I was going to tell y'all from 2 videos ago that I could not remember for 2 videos. I remember that one. Hopefully I'll remember it before I get this out. So far today, after having 3 sales yesterday, period, I am going home currently to first get some sleep. But if nothing changes, if I don't get any more, I have 8 or 9 sales already for today, and today is barely half over. So very pleased to have that come back and hit. Now, in all fairness, a lot of them are small. It just about makes quota for the day, but not quite. Quota plan, whatever you want to call it, just about makes that, not quite. I do need a little bit more in order to take care of that, but it's nice to see that before the day's half over, that it's almost taken care of. Refreshing, in fact. Now I just need to shore up for the last few days, and I'm sure that will happen. The weekend's coming up. I normally do 2 to 3 days worth of work on the weekend each day. But like I've told y'all before, if I make extra in a day, I forget it. But if I come up short, I remember that until I catch up. So I think that's a healthy way of doing it. That way I'm always where I need to be or ahead. It's the way my mind works, and I accept it to work that way, right? So that is one thing. There's actually two more. The second thing, the thing that I was going to tell y'all from 2 videos ago that I keep forgetting is that starting soon, it's already starting to roll out behind the scenes. There's going to be some changes, more changes, further development to my website. So I'm super stoked about that. You know, as a reseller, I don't, as far as anything that has variants, whether it be baseball bats or golf clubs or clothes or shoes or anything really, different color hats. I mean, you name it, there's a lot of stuff that has variants. I don't get all of the options to me. Like I don't have wholesale accounts with these manufacturers or big distributors. You know, I get what I get when I find it, when I come across it. And I do deal in mostly new stuff, so oftentimes I get a good selection of stuff when I get a hold of it. However, I don't get all of it. So it occurred to me while looking for a new pair of shoes that I liked, I would find one. Sorry, this road's horrible. But I would find from a seller, you know, because I was, well, even mainstream places, you know, you find a style that you like, and then you click on the drop-down menu to get your size, and your size is sold out, right? Because it's one of the more popular sizes. So, okay, well, fine. I'll either go to another you know, supplier, or I'll look for another shoe, right? So I continue with the supplier, and I look through 2 or 3, and they don't have any of my sizes, and I go to another supplier, and it's the same thing. And I just say, you know what, forget about it. Like, I've gone through multiple people, and I realized in my head that people are doing that quite possibly, quite probably on my site as well. So, although it seems like a very easy filter to put in there, it does take more work than just a template. My stuff is going to start to be available by size or by variant, you know, by color, by this, by that, when there's options, rather than the bulk listing. It's going to have a nested menu of what do you want, basically qualifying the customer to see, you know, if you're looking for shoes, what size are you, you know, that kind of deal. If you're looking for pants, what size are you? If you want a Texas Rangers hat, do you want the red one, the blue one, the white one, or the black one? You know, that kind of deal. So I'm super happy that that's coming out. It takes a good amount of coding on my behalf. It's not just a template or a template. I think I just said that. I'll say it again. It's not like a template search filter that I just need to turn on. I actually have to create it. So it's taking some time, but that's on the agenda. I think that will improve the shopping experience. I did find out something about the Google Merchant account, so that's huge as well. To catch up to people that don't know, I have been trying for the better part of a year and a half to get my Google Merchant account approved. It's the term they use currently is suspended, but it's just never been active. They basically kicked it back as incomplete or incorrect. And I have, you know, I set the whole thing up by telephone, you know, on you know, because I mean, phones are pretty much computers now, right? So I was able to do a lot of that. However, I got on my laptop the other day and accessed the site just by random coincidence, and there is more options or more info available on the laptop version than what I could see online. Matter of fact, or by phone. Matter of fact, there is a spot with things that they consider to be errors. Now, some of them, if even a good portion of them, they state only lead to demoted listings, where it doesn't rank as high in the search results because I'm missing information. However, others need that information in order to work right. Not only that, I was able, one of the things was, even though I'd set up a Google, a Google shopping account, I had not linked a credit card or began a campaign, which apparently is necessary. And ultimately, I didn't want to spend any money, so I never linked up the card. But here's the deal. I was able to create the campaign, link my credit card info, create the campaign, and then pause the campaign. So it's not costing me any money, to have it when it's rolling, because it'll just be on pause. And apparently that was necessary. So what I'm trying to say is, over the last few days, I've found many things in my Google Merchant account that were not right, that would stop it from being approved. So them continuing to disapprove it is more understandable now, right? And I'm gonna have to get out of here, it's hot. But short of that, when they finally let me up here in another week, I might have a shot. If anybody's familiar with a Google Merchant account, oh, that's a nice breeze. At first, they whether you're approved or not, they give you a review cycle. And then if you ask for a review and it turns out you're suspended, then they institute what they call a cool down period, right? Of 1 week, no big deal, whatever, right? And at the end of the week, you can ask for another review. Well, what I didn't know is, once you ask for a review and then they tell you no, then it's a 2-week cool down. And then you ask them again and they say no, then it's a 3-week. Long story short, I have been at about 6 weeks, I think now, waiting on the new review cycle. So I'm not going to hit that review until I figure it out, because if it keeps escalating or adding an additional week to it, there's only so many more possible chances before this Christmas. So I'm going to clear out all of the errors and then submit it and see where I go. And the luck that I've had, who knows, maybe there's something else. But I know for a fact that these are wrong, and these I can fix. So it goes back to, basically control the controllables. This is one thing that I can control. Other than that, the only thing that I have left for y'all is I'm waiting here for another hour. I'm going to go into a store real quick. You see the little sign back there. I'm going to go into this last store, even though it's picked clean, possibly. Maybe I'll find something. But more so, I'm picking up 2 pairs of size 12 triple white Air Force Ones that have only been worn a few times. Right around 4 o'clock, and it's 2:30, 3 o'clock now, something like that. So just got to stay awake just a little bit longer to grab them shoes, because that should be some decent little money. I've seen comps anywhere from 40 to 100. Size 12's a good size, man. So we'll have to see. I'll let you know how it works out. I'll show them to you when I get them, possibly. Short of that, guys, that's about it. Y'all have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, all right? All right, bye.